In 2016, the Bombers and Cats are celebrating the contribution of regional Australia to our great game. Be there at the MCG on April 16 when the country comes to the city.
Well, Shorey, just like the Gold Coast game in round one, it was a slow start by the Bombers. What did you make of that first quarter?
Yeah, it's interesting. I know it's only a small sample, but already Essendon have conceded 12-9 to 2-4 in first quarters. The rest, we've played 12 quarters of football, and the first quarter, as I've said, we've conceded 12 goals. The rest of the quarters, it's been 32 to the opposition and 25 to Essendon. So we're certainly in the game and more than competitive. It's just those slow starts, and it was under the same circumstances. Like at the end of the day, Pittard, who is a running machine, and Broadbent, who's a very smart half-back, they've accumulated 60 possessions between them, and it's just I guess John and his coaching panel would be extremely disappointed at that lack of pressure inside the forward 50. It's a recurring theme. When we do it really well, we're right in the game. So there's some positives to come out of the game. The first quarters have to be addressed because the rest of the games have been more than competitive on the scoreboard.
Sure, is there anything in particular that's letting Essendon down? I mean, you've mentioned the forward pressure there, but are there other elements in those first quarters?
Well, I thought the pressure might have got to this new developing side a little bit. There was elements of poor discipline, I felt. The down the field free kick wasn't necessary. Two hands in the back, and I thought, as great as he's been, young David Zaharakis should have centred that ball to the top of the square, going to the left of screen to Crowley. He blazed away from the boundary line. So you walk a very, very fine line. We know the situation we're in, so we really have to do everything right. So there's just 4 goals that we conceded unnecessarily, I thought, to the opposition, who haven't been travelling that well. We knew they'd come out emotionally charged, physically ready, and it just gives them a little bit of confidence to get going. Because once again, after quarter time, it was a more than competitive game of football playing away from home.
Bombers improved after quarter time, Shorey. Were there any players in particular that you thought impressed?
Well, I've looked at the ruckman that we went and got through the free agency, Leuenberger. He's had a history over the years of playing 50%, being in the side 50% because of injury. Started the season slowly in the pre-season. I thought he was terrific. I thought he gave a real contest. His follow-up work on the ground was excellent. He was prepared to use his body to pave a way for his small men. That's an old-fashioned sort of ruckman role. And I thought his actual tap work was very good. Like to see him mark around the ground. It's an area of his game that he can still improve. But a really big tick to me for Matthew Leuenberger. I thought he was fantastic.
The Bombers were unchanged against Port Adelaide. Would you look at making a few changes for this week?
And quietly right too. It was a terrific performance the week before. I think there's 2 phases to selection, I reckon, for Essendon. There's the long term and there's the horses for courses short term. I think they'll probably look at it short term against Geelong with the big forward line. Their ruckman goes down there, Kirsten kicks 3 goals, Hawkins is in good form, so it's a big forward line. I know McKernan didn't play on the weekend, just resting that slight injury. He's got that ankle, and Grimer continues to put game times under his belt. I feel for the team structure, and this is really important, that they have to settle Brown down. I know he's a good swing man, but Gwilt at fullback's not big enough for the big blokes. Love to see him as the third tall, the intercept marker, and so to me, I'd strongly consider strengthening the spine, include McKernan to take some pressure off Langford and Danaher, or on the other hand, bring in the centre half back. He may be slightly underdone, but I think at this stage it's really important to make a change in the big man department, just to give us some strength and stability down the middle. Other than that, just keep going with the young blokes, giving them experience and trying to fix the area. And really the only area that we've got to fix is those first quarter starts. So you do that, you've been right in every other game.
Your article this Wednesday, Shorey, what are you taking a look at this week?
Well, Sheeds has brought us Anzac Day, he's brought us the Dream Time in conjunction with other people, and now we're going to look at the country game. So this is a left field article on Sheeds the person, and not his contribution to Essendon, because you can't write that in 600 words, but some of the interesting things that you might know about Sheeds, and the way he dreams and the way he brings these ideas to the table.
We look forward to it, Shorey. Thanks a lot for your time, mate.
Thanks, Simon.